Hello my friends, in today's episode on Grainificent, I will be talking about the Voigtlander Bessy K film camera. I'm making this video because there's nobody else talking about this camera, and I want to make a video about every camera that goes through my hands, film camera, in the world basically, to have a nice source of information on this channel, right? So the Voigtlander Bessy K film camera is a 126 film format camera manufactured by Bolda, a German company in Dresden, on behalf of Voigtlander, right? The camera was introduced in 1965, and many different versions of this camera was made. The AK has an actual light meter inside, but this is just a regular K, so this something that looks like a light meter. This is fake. It doesn't have any light meter inside. And these cameras were made for the now obsolete Kodak's 126 format film. Something like this on this image. It went inside here. You could just load the film, close it, and you've seen the frame number you're on through this window in the back. The format was popular with amateur photographers of that time who did not want to deal with the hassle of loading traditional film. The name was made to imply a connection to the Bessy film cameras, but of course it's far from a Bessy film camera. It uses the Voigtlander 44mm f8. There's only one aperture here, it's f8, you can't change the aperture, on a Pronter 200V shutter mechanism. And it's a camera that you don't have basically any manual control over, except the focus distance, shutter release, and film advance. But you do have, in a partly way, control over the shutter speed, because with flash closed, the shutter speed is at 1/200th of a second. With the flash opened, you press on here on the flash sign, you press on this box and it opens up the flash. And when you open up the flash, there's an arm that goes to the shutter, and that changes the shutter speed inside the Pronter shutter to 1/30th of a second. So if you need that slower shutter in darker conditions, you don't have to have a flash connected in here or the battery in. This is all manual. As soon as you open the flash, the shutter is changed to 1/30th of a second shutter speed. So you basically have 1/200th of a second with the flash closed and 1/30th of a second with the flash open. And of course focus with two images, either people or landscape. But the minimum focus distance is about 3.5 feet. That's about 1.1 meters. And if you get the flash working, because it requires you open up the bottom here and you insert the battery right here. Just the battery is a 15-volt battery, and I could not find any battery currently for sale that would fit here. That's 15 volts. So it might be no use for the flashes in these days. If you find one, if you get one, lucky for you, this is where you put it, under this plate. You put the battery here, and you press this lever over here on the side of the flash to take out and insert bulbs. These cameras use the AG1 flash bulbs. I actually have some ancient AG1 flash bulbs from Sylvania. They are AG1B. They are colored blue for, I think that was, if I'm not wrong, the blue flashes were for indoors for tungsten light. They look something like this. And you just took a flash out. You press this handle here. And you just slide the flash in, just like that. And you take a photo, the flash flashed, and it's a single-use flash, of course. You press it again and the flash pops out right by itself, because there's a little rubber band in there that pushes the flash out. So if you do manage to get your flash working, you get your power and the capacitor charged, these light bulbs, the favorable flash ranges are from about 9 to 18 feet for black and white film. That's 2.75 meters up to 5.5 meters, something like that. And 6 to 10 feet for color film. That's again 1.75 meters about up to 3.5 meters. And also, when you put the cartridge in, because I've seen different 126 film cameras, people tape up the window because they got custom made film and all that, so not to have any light leaks. If you have something like that, or you just want to tape it not to see it, or you got film with no numbers, after you load the cartridge, you just advance the wheel 2 times and you're good to take photos. And after each shot, if you have it covered or you don't have numbers to see what frame you're on, you just do 1 turn of the wheel and that gets you to the next frame. So just finger from beginning to end, 1 complete turn is usually what I found online, the right amount of film advance to get to the next frame. So as I already mentioned that I got a single camera, I got one of the more original, the Kodak Instamatic 100. That's what I own. It's the same type of camera, 126 film, but that's not what we're talking about in this video, right? So if you want to see more how this camera works, check out the video in the description below about the disassembly and reassembly of this camera. I take it all apart and put it back together so you can see how it works. If you like this video and you want me to continue to make great videos about ancient cameras, film related content, darkroom stuff and all that, leave a like and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get notified about every video I post. So thank you for watching, my friends. Take care and see you in the next video.